recordings. Excellent. Okay, so we're in drive.
Yep.
Head over, that's it. Yeah, so pretty much full lock. Cool, so we're going to head to that top left over there. Okay. And we're going to go full lock round to the right, nice U-turn, and then start heading down that road over there. So when we get to the end here, okay, we're going to turn left. It's quite a sharp turn to the left. And we're just going to hope no one's coming down the other way. So it's a nice and slow. Have a look along here for me. That's good. Technology works. Brilliant. Eventually. Okay, I'm going to move this seat back. Someone's been leaning forward. Okay, great. So we've got our little red and white barrier ahead of us. Okay. I've got a magic button here, so it's going to raise up. Okay, and then you can probably see now, kind of ahead of us, slightly to the left, we've got some nice little rocks to negotiate. Okay. So that should raise up now. Okay, and just before we get to the rocks, okay, if you bring the car to a nice stop for me, because we're going to change one of the settings on the car.
Okay. Right then.
We'll go a little bit further before we get right up to it, okay? So about there, that's perfect. Okay, so keeping the foot on the brake, okay? If you knock it into neutral for me, that's it, we'll turn that off, because otherwise it won't do what we need to do. So you've got your low range button there. Okay, if you give that a tap for me, perfect. So on there it says low range. What do you think we've just adjusted?
The gearing for the axles.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've changed the gearing, because over here it's not about speed, it's about torque, isn't it? So you know what torque helps us with? Perfect. Yeah, so we're going to get loads of torque to pull us over stuff like this and other stuff as we go around. Okay, so in a minute we'll go back into drive. Okay. What sort of speed do you reckon we can get across these at?
Probably 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Okay, alright, so I'd say about 2 miles.
Okay.
Alright, so you'll see why when we drive across it.
Yeah.
Alright, so back into drive for me. Okay, and again, just let the car do the work. If it gets stuck, then you give it a little bit of gas.
Okay.
You see, like at 2 miles an hour, it's fairly bumpy. So, you know, people have said 10 miles an hour in the past. I'm like,
oh my god.
There wouldn't be a G-Wagon left at the end of this, would there?
You don't have any springs left, anyway.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, nice and bumpy in it. Nice and bumpy. Okay, as you come around here, you're going to see 2 rows of sleepers. Okay, so this is quite a tricky one, okay? So if we stop about here, alright, so there's 2 ways of tackling this. We can either try and wing it along here, with or without my help, or the other thing is, probably if you watch Top Gear in the past, people off-roading do this, okay? Why does that help you, reckon?
Gives you more idea of where the wheels are.
Perfect. Alright, so you up for trying that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you wind your window down, so it's that top right button, and again, all you want to see is that right tyre, isn't it? If you want to get it lined up. Okay, cool. So see if we can get along here. It's not an easy thing to do.
Okay.
And it's nice it's at the start of the course, so you can come back and have a go if we don't. But I'm sure you can do this first time. So hanging out that window, get that wheel lined up. It's a little bit to the left, I'd say, just a tiny little bit to the left as you approach. Okay, cool. Alright. That's a little bit more. That's it. So we just dropped off. So we just stay steering to the right now. Just get away from that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have another go at this in a bit.
Okay.
It's not an easy thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't take much, and then because you see the sides are kind of rounded as well. So if you get a little bit close, it'll just drop straight off. I'll turn that off because that's the most annoying sound we have from it. Other than my voice, you know, that's annoying. We don't want that buzzing for that. Okay, so we're going to go straight down here. Okay. So off-road is a little bit like walking around on the beach barefoot. Okay, if you go too quick, your feet really get out, don't they? Same for the you know, the tyres and like for the suspension. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see the road splits into two here. Okay. We're off-roading, so we're going to find the bumpiest routes, aren't we? Okay. Why would we go the smoothest route? So let's go over here to the right. Okay. So it's called Rocky Road.
Okay.
Not quite as bumpy as the first one we've gone across. Alright. And again, just get the car lined up, all squared up. Let the car do the work and go along here. Okay. So easing off the gas pedal, letting the car do most of the work for you. So this one, it's not as bumpy, you're not going to get chucked around quite as much. And, you know, because we've changed that set a minute ago, we've got loads and loads of torque, so we shouldn't ever get stuck. Okay, so we're going to do a nice longish U-turn. You see the little slope to your right there?
Yeah.
We're going to go down here to where it says, you see Rut Lane?
Yeah.
And then do a U-turn over that one, and you see over your right shoulder there's an even bigger slope. Okay, so we're going to go over that one eventually. Okay, so get it lined up and head over there. So did you come down here, did you drag your mum along today? Is she here?
Mum, her partner, my girlfriend's down here, yeah.
Ah, happy days. Are they doing any experiences? Or?
No, he's done the track.
Okay, yeah.
The 63. So
Yeah. Was that today or was that?
they did it in the past.
Oh.
So I think he did that, then they booked this for me. So
Yeah.
so where
Cool.
are we going?
So we're heading, see the slope there?
Yep.
We're going to head up that.
Right,
So
okay.
we've got our nursery slope first, and then we're going to cut our lined up to go up this one here. Cool, so get it all lined up, squeeze the gas pedal, and when we get to the top we're going to bring it to a nice stop, okay, because we're going to change another setting, okay. Stopping about there for me. Great stuff. Okay, so on the steering wheel you've got your flappy paddles, one on the left, you pull that towards you. Okay, what have we just done there? What do you
Put it
reckon?
into first gear so it gives you a slower descent speed.
Perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Alright, cool. And again, you just got to believe the vehicle's going to do it. Alright, so come off the brake and it's like, right, please slow us down.
Okay.
Alright. So completely off the brake, and you think, and then you can feel it just holding you back, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now we don't need that anymore. We're going to head over that way, okay?
And
So we're going to head down to the right past the viewing platform, okay?
that down there or?
So we're going to head to the right there.
Okay.
So because we don't need M1 anymore, if we give this another tap, so it's like we put it in the first time, that's it. And you see on the screen now, it's just gone back into normal automatic. So round to the left here. So you into, do you watch any racing? Are you into racing? Or?
Yeah, I watch a fair bit of motor racing. I just play a lot of car games.
Yeah.
Play
So
a
what
lot
got
of road car games.
off road?
Yeah, but Snow Runner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never played that.
That's not a bad one. At the moment, we're waiting for Battlefield 2042, so.
Nah.
And that's the big one. So.
Yeah. We're going to turn sharp left here, okay? Perfect, alright? Great stuff.
Which way am I going?
We're going to go all the way down through the bumpy bit here. So 2 weeks ago when I was here, this was completely underwater. Alright, you wouldn't believe the summer, you know, it's drying out now, it's, you know, about time. Okay, and then we're going to head to see where that stake is in the ground, with a reflector on it. We're going to head down there, okay? Yes, you're going to drive this, and this, you know, the next like 15 minutes from now on. You're going to get more out of this than most people, like in London, will get out in their lifetime.
Yeah.
They're just going to, so if we wait here. Cool, and then we're going to, this is good because we get to follow someone. As long as we go the same route as them, we're going to get to see what these vehicles are capable of. Perfect, so let's follow these guys around to the right. Because if he goes over the elephant steps, and we're hoping lucky he's going to take him over, we're going to get to see what those axles can get up to, okay?
Okay.
So do you know articulation, what that is on the vehicle?
Yeah.
Perfect, alright? So, it's so nice to be able to follow someone, because I try to explain this all down, people are like, you don't get to appreciate what these cars can do. But this is perfect, because we get to see this.
I used to work for a company where I did fleet management, or fleet maintenance.
Yeah.
I did fleet maintenance on the Unimogs.
Yeah.
So I know about some actual articulations.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to go see a demonstration day of those things, so
Yeah.
and they're fairly dramatic.
Yeah,
The portals.
yeah.
So,
So it kind of looks like it's, you know, breaking apart almost, doesn't it, when it's doing that? So if we wait here, we get to see this first hand. So this is perfect. So obviously you get the little bit of body roll, but those axles are really moving down. So
that does look cool.
great, isn't it? It's always nice when you've got someone ahead of you because you get to see it really, really works the car, doesn't it? You can see that. Perfect. Alright, excellent. Okay. So when we're ready, let's head over. Perfect. I love it when that happens because you get to see it, don't you? Because otherwise, it's hard to imagine, isn't it, how much they're doing. Those wheels are really, you know, twisting around and stuff. So perfect.
Yeah, actually, although it's bumpy, it's. Oh, okay. I was about to say pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth until you. It's like the commentator's curse, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll go straight down here because we're going to get to that in a bit, okay?
Okay.
And we kind of see what the articulation is and how much it, you know, quite dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to follow this road along, okay? Once we get past here, you'll see a road just down there to our left, okay? We're just going to sweep round there. Yeah, I had to, when I first looked across and I saw it, I was like, you spitting image of my friend back home. Honestly, same height, big beard. I was like, that's Simon, what's Simon doing there? What's my next drive? Okay. But you look exactly spitting image of it. Crazy.
Keep going round.
Yeah, keep going around to the left then, mate. That's it. Okay, so in the ground, you got some sleepers, okay? So we can either go across this really nice and slowly, or we can help ourselves a little bit. You know, like if you go into a car park and you've got the speed humps on the road, okay? Have you seen how people are trying to attack them one wheel before the other? Alright? Why are they doing that? Okay, so what you're trying to do, instead of, if that's the sleeper there, if both wheels drop at the same time, it's a real jump, and so if we can get one wheel to go before the other, it smooths it all out. And if you've got a really low car as well, you're risking up with a bumper, but if you come across at an angle, it sort of ramps up and then goes over. So we're trying to smooth it out by letting one wheel go down before the other. So as you get towards those last three, they get really bumpy. So if we can get a little bit of an angle, and don't have to create much of an angle, just enough so one wheel goes down just before. Okay, and again, we can either try this in D2 or M1 because it gives us that little bit more control. Okay, so either is up to you, okay?
Where it is. Let it drive itself a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just those last ones are really bumpy. Okay, so just create a little bit of an angle. It should hopefully. It should get a little bit smoother. Okay, a little bit.
Alright.
Little bit friendly on the gas, a little bit too soon. So just.
Sorry about that.
That's alright. It's alright. No harm, no foul on that. So just super steady. Right. Okay. What we're going to do? We're going to head down this road in the middle. Okay. And again, you know, say you're in the outback or something. You're like, okay, look. Oh, good. I can get a bit of movement now. I'm starving. I want to get to the pub, as you would in the outback. Okay. And you think, okay, great. There's a nice smooth bit of road. And then you put your foot down because it looks fairly smooth, doesn't it? Okay. But let's find out if it actually is. Alright? Because I know that it isn't.
Did you want me to put my foot down? Or?
Oh no, definitely not. Because if, like we said, we're putting out springs and burst tyres. But when you come around the corner, you think, oh, happy days, it's nice and smooth. And you get to here and it's, you know,
oh, I see, yeah. Okay.
not that smooth. Not quite as bad as the elephant steps, but still, you know, it looks it, and you think, oh, I'll get moving then, and before you know it, you don't want to be stuck in the outback. Okay, so we're going to head straight forward, okay? You see the silver birch tree over there, the tallest one, with a nice shiny leaves over there, that's by the road.
Yeah.
We're going to head towards that and then turn right, okay? So how are you finding it anyway, alright?
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, it's, you know, I remember when I first started doing it, I was like, oh, that's great fun over here. It was completely different to anything else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're heading towards the old silver birch there, and then we're going to turn right. So you see right down this last stretch of road,
Okay.
and we're going to turn right. So what other stuff you into? You into any sport or anything?
Well, avid fan of the mountain biking.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Watch
cool.
a lot of
cool.
the downhill mountain biking, so
Yeah,
yeah, I do a lot of gaming, so
yeah. So what your PS or Xbox?
PS4.
PS4,
Still.
yeah. You gonna upgrade to PS5?
I will do, but
Yeah.
eventually, not
Yeah.
right now. At the moment, it's A, hard to get hold of one still,
Oh,
and B,
yeah.
a costly operation. So.
Oh, they're like gold dust, aren't they? To try and find one.
Well, if you look on, there's lots of them on eBay, curiously.
650 quid or something.
And the rest, there was some knocking for $12.50 when they first came out.
It's ridiculous.
But if you wait until 23, 24, they're bringing out the PS5 Pro. It's capable of 8K.
Really?
Really high end that thing's going to be.
Yeah. And again, they need to make a few more of them so people can get them.
Until they get the chip shortage sorted out.
Mm.
Even these won't be coming out particularly quickly.
Right.
Because everyone's got to wait for all the chips to be put in the cars, so same problem. Big chip shortage.
Yeah.
And that ain't going to get solved anytime soon, so.
It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, nicely done, alright. Okay, so you can see as you go around here, we follow it around to the right. Then we've got really tight left, followed by really tight right. Okay, so we're going to come around here. So again, just let the car do the work. Get your car positioned so we're not going to end up, having to reverse if we get. It's a really tricky one. We'll see if we can get around it. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, good, nice one. Yeah, good, nice one. Again, it's such a big vehicle to get through such a narrow space, isn't it? It's not easy. So once we're through these two trees here, you see the road goes around to the left, it's right to the top corner over there.
Okay.
Or the top corner or the bottom corner, whatever, way you want to look at it. Looks clear along there. Again, I'm trying to look through the trees. It's almost impossible to see if anything else is coming the other way, but I try. Yeah, my wife's got really into Minecraft recently.
Oh, I don't get that at all.
No,
I've sat and watched people play it, and I've sat and watched videos of people playing it, and I just go, nah. I'm not a big sort of survivalist kind of game anyway.
No, she's on a place
box.
Ark and then that as well. So.
Oh, I played Ark. Ark is impossible for about the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you just get eaten by everything.
That's right. Yeah.
For 10 minutes, get eaten and go, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, it's one of those games, isn't it? It's like you have to sort of.
I got that when it was still in beta. I got the early access stuff to it, and even then it was just, not my kind of game.
Not an easy game. I don't have that much time for gaming these days, so I'll have a quick game of like a Assetto Corsa or.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I've got Gran Turismo Sport, but
yeah.
I don't play that as much. I just haven't played the.
Have you got a steering wheel?
Good controller.
It's a worthwhile investment. The Rabbit, I say, will move. It should move.
Go on,
yeah,
bunny, off you go.
Go on. Move it.
You can't make me mind out which way I'm going.
Well, at least he's gone. That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's actually murdering that.
Cool. So we're going to go along here. We're going to come out here in a bit, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to keep on our merry way this way, and then we're going to come down there in a bit. Right, let's go back along this road here. It's a sort of 45-degree one, so I'm going on there. That's it. Yeah, they got, because I've got these sort of, I don't know if it's the original setup Corsa, but they've got the newest one out, the Competizione, whatever it is, and that's meant to be really good, but should I spend £34 on that? I'm not sure, because I don't get enough time to play the other one.
Well, the new Battlefield that's just coming out, 2042, you buy the Ultimate Edition of that, it's $109.99.
Oh my god.
But that comes with the 4 season passes, that comes with a lot of extras to it.
Yeah.
But you still look at it and go,
I know, it's crazy. So we'll go around to the left, okay? And then when we get to the end of this little bit, we'll go left, and I'll give you another direction. Because sometimes they get, you got to keep an eye on that PlayStation store. Because sometimes you go, oh, that's that much.
You get your disc. You get the. I mean, give it a year and it'll probably be massively discounted.
Yeah. And some that can't be. It's like 72% off or something. It's like I'm going to pay £9 for it. It's like, alright, well, I'll get that while I can.
I got Battlefield 5 when it first came out. And then recently it went up free, and I was like, oh, you buggers, what's going on?
So you see the hill with the sleepers in it?
Yep.
We're going to head up there, okay?
So
again, we could use D2 or we can use M1. You try either or. When you get to the top of a hill, as you go over the brow, we're going to go round to the left, okay? So it's a bit of a 90 degrees. You sort of over the hill. So again, just nice gentle pressure on the accelerator as you go up. There's a nice big rock on the inside of the corner. That's it. Perfect stuff. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's it. Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. And then bring it round to the left. That's it. Perfect use of that accelerator. Nice one.
I was expecting that.
So if you look out your window now to your right, it suddenly changes your perspective. You suddenly think, okay, I really am at a funny angle. Yeah. You look along it, it's not too bad.
It's not too, it looks flat, but then
you
go, oh, okay.
And you look at, so we're going to look at, in a bit, we've got something we're going to go through, it's called the Living Tunnel. And it's like that, but even steeper. So
cool.
We'll go and find that in a bit as well. Yeah, in the winter,
it gets fun.
Well, we can't even use this. Because if the G-Wagon gets stuck, then we can't get it out. Alright, so it's a case of, we have like, there was in the meetings in the morning, right? Green Lane, no, don't use that. And the other bit we're going to go to in a minute as well, Rutted Lane, that becomes a no-go zone at some point as well. So you know you're in trouble when you got all 3 diff locks and the car's not moving. Like, then it's like, cool, shame. So we'll start. Yeah, excellent stuff. Cool, so we're going to sweep round to the left. There's a rock in the middle of the road. And as we go down here, we've got, it's like a T-junction. So obviously, we've seen cars coming from the right and from the left, so we're just going to go nice and slowly across here, heading towards Cross Axon. Too often, do you? The J's. See all sorts over there. So you must, you've been gaming all your life?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you must remember.
A lot of stuff,
do you remember the Amiga?
Oh, I started on an Amstrad.
Oh, okay.
Amstrad CPC 464, and then I've moved on and on and on since then.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's all
cool. Just got across it. Perfect. And you see the blue and white cone?
Yep.
We're going to head down around here. Okay. So this is Rutted Lane, Rut Lane, whatever it's called. It's one or the other. So this, especially when it's wet.
Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah.
This is it's like trains on the track. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if you went along here and wound that lock on now, all we do is churn up mud. The car's going to go in a straight line. So the danger of having too much lock on is if it suddenly decides to grip, we head towards the trees or the stake or something. So, especially when it's wet, you get shunting around all over the place. So it gets kind of guiding it through here, aren't you, most of the time? Yeah, I think before the Amiga there was something called the Commodore.
Yeah.
Commodore 64, and then it went to Commodore 128, was it, I think? And our first home computer was something called I think it was called a Toshiba MSX, and we had like a book that you could program your own games into it.
Yeah, I think that's what the Amstrad was like. You just got a big program, but you didn't come with games. You couldn't buy them. And that was a long time after. But
crazy, isn't it? How
that was when we programmed in Isotope, which is now known as Snake.
Oh really?
And that was one of the first games we put on it.
No
Snake,
way.
and you sit there playing Snake and thinking, oh, it looks amazing. And you just look at it now and go, yeah.
No,
Even my mobile's got a bit of games on it.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it, these days? Cool. So let's go back. Should we go across Surrey Hills again one last time? Why not?
Can we go round it or just straight
No, let's
over
go.
it?
Yeah, we'll go over the top of it.
Okay.
It's always nice. Oh, so is that?
That's family over there, yeah.
Perfect. Alright, well what we'll do then, we'll go down there and get some photos. Because I don't think they were there last time, were they?
No.
Okay, again, so we can click back into M1 if you want and go down the hill.
Okay.
So at this point you've got two, you can either use M1, let the engine brake and do it, or if you stay in D, you just got to brake yourself. So we've done it, so you can try either one.
M2.
M1 ideally, because M2 will shoot off down the hill. Well I say shoot off.
Give it a bit too much range.
Yeah. Cool. And let's head off down that way now.
Trying to put that back into.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so give it a tap. That's it. So hopefully we get around there. Thumbs up if you're enjoying it. If you do this, then I'm doing something wrong.
Go with camera, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, this is why I get them to stop.
Hello.
Cool. Alright, good stuff then. Right, let's head down this end of the course.
Right, the left door.
We're going to go round to the left. Yeah. So we've got a couple of things we can try, okay? I think first of all we're going to head down here, we'll go through the water crossing, and we're going to have another attempt to see if we can get across those sleeper logs.
Okay.
They're not the easiest thing to do, really not. The modern ones are these, the latest ones they got. When you get to them, you can select a camera, and it shows you exactly where your wheels are, and you go, oh, this is easy. This is a little bit more old school. So it's sort of hanging out the window like you see Jeremy Clarkson doing. So we've got our water crossing on the right here, okay?
Water.
Ah, yeah. I think it was a month ago. We had typical British summer. So that's it, nice and steady again. Just focusing right on the centre of it, okay? Because that's where the vehicle is. That's where we want it to be. Yeah, I think it's about a month ago. Called over the radio. It's like it was typical summer. And we had to close this because you couldn't see the two edges. So there's no way you could risk driving one of these if you couldn't see the edges. I mean, we know where we're going, but if you can't see the edges, you don't know it that well. So we're going to go straight up here, okay? And then when we get to the end, we're going to turn right. So this is where we drove in a while ago. So we're going to go hard to the right. That's it. Cool. So again, we can go over the rocks if you want. We are off-road after all. But definitely not at 10 miles an hour. So there, that's it. Perfect. Cool, so by sticking slightly to the left and aiming straight for Hippo Riverside, we turn later and a little bit more aggressively, we get it squared up a little bit more, don't we? Okay, that's it, so let's go for it. So the vehicle ahead, that's one of those modern ones, so they got the cameras, so that makes it easier. So let's get it squared up, okay, right. So take two, right, looks quite good from where I am. Right, so have a look at that window, see if that wheel looks like it's going to Perfect, that's it. Alright, how's it looking?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit more to the right maybe, but...
Okay. So again, once you know you're on there, if you don't want to hang out the whole way, you just have to pick something that lines up on the bonnet.
Yeah.
So you go, alright, that's good, it looks like I'm going to get along there. So if we reverse back a little bit, okay, we'll get this one, we will get this. It's not a good one, is it? So we just need to, that's it, a little bit of gas and that's it, just get us up the hill.
Get on the right pedal, yeah.
So again, because they're so rounded off, we just need to go maybe that much more to the left. So a little bit of lock as we get down there. That's it. Okay. That should be better. Okay. Alright, excellent. So keep that wheel nice and straight. Let's have a look. So edge it forward for me. Just off those brakes. Yeah, looking good this side, okay? Okay, perfect. Alright, so if you don't want to hang out the window, if you're happy doing that, keep going. If not, inside, you can just go, right, there's a certain crease or something, or you know the indicator on the bonnet on your side.
Yeah.
What lines up with that sleeper? Anything you think of. So one of the creases on the bonnet, either just to the left or the right.
It's just sort of in between the crease and the indicator. So
cool, alright, so we can give that a go, alright, because we know we're on there now. So just little movements, keeping that on the whole way. Right, nice one. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's fun. Great job. Not easy, but you've done a good job on that. Nice one. Perfect. Excellent. What we're going to do is going to sweep round to the right here, okay? Again, it's a nice berm, so we can stick up on this if you want. Feels like the car's going to roll over. It shouldn't do. No promises, but it shouldn't do. So even here, you know, we're a bit of an angle, but not as much as when we're going to go over to the living tunnel in a few minutes, okay? Again, let's drop through the water, because driving through the water is more fun than going straight along the road there, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to drop through the water again. So you probably remember as we went through it last time, towards the end, the road split into two, didn't it?
Yeah.
This time, instead of going carrying straight in, we're going to go round to the left, okay?
Okay.
That's it, so nice and steady, that's it. How close are we to that wall on that side? We alright?
Yeah, we're alright.
That's it. Cool.
That's okay on that side.
Loads in this side. Cool, and then sweeping round to the left here, okay? Cool, cool, cool. Cool, we're just going to follow our little storm drain round, okay?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So what do we see ahead of us?
Well, got a ramp.
Yeah, so if we stop here briefly, okay?
Okay.
So, with this, okay, we can use D2, or we could probably try M1, okay? So it's up to you, right? The best grip is either slightly to the left or slightly to the right. You can see where over the years everyone's gone up it and it's smoothed it out. So there's not much grip there. Okay? So you can get up there, it makes it a little bit harder. Alright?
Okay.
So, I think first time what we do, we'll put this on as well. Help us up.
Okay.
Okay, so if you tap number 1 for me. So that's our centre diff. Okay. So you requested it, when it clicks red, it's engaged. Alright, okay. So either M1 or D2, up to you. Then we'll whip round and we won't use this at all.
Right, okay.
Okay. Right, when you're ready, off we go. Just
M1 then.
that's it. Okay, cool. So right or left, I'll leave that entirely up to you. So that clink, that's out in focus. Okay, this should be good. There should be enough grip here. It should be able to go straight up. That's it, perfect. Get that. That's it. That's it. Perfect, mate. Look at that. Excellent job. Excellent. All right. Okay. So we don't need that anymore. So you can tap number 1, and that'll turn that off, and we can just tap that straight back into D2. All right. Brilliant stuff. All right. So how slow was that? Perfect, wasn't it? All right. Excellent. Nice. So what we do? Head down through the living tunnel. That's it. Heading down through there. So this is the one. You know, we went down the green lane. You're like, whoa, this is quite up on its side. So this will fill it even more. And the more you push it up, if both wheels are up on the side like that, that's it. So once it's straight and you're happy, have a look down at my window now. So, and because you've gone down there, it feels like your body wants to go that way all the time, doesn't it? It's really weird. Okay, cool. Okay, so my memory's shocking. Did we go across through the logs earlier?
Which one's the logs? The sleepers or?
No, there's a load of logs here and sleepers. So the second road across.
Yeah.
We're going to go through there, okay? Okay, so this one here, okay? We're definitely going to need M1 through here, okay? Because it looks fairly innocuous at this point. Well, it's not that's not that drastic, but it's pretty bumpy through. So we'll knock it into M1 and creep through here, okay?
Paddle.
Excellent. Okay, off we go. Yeah, so it doesn't look that bad, do you? You think, okay, it's fairly bumpy, but you know, everyone attacks this slightly differently. Sometimes you think, oh, that's nice and smooth, and the next one's, oh, we found the bumpiest line. So just completely off. That's it. You let the car do the work. It shouldn't get stuck, but like that, suddenly you feel everyone's slightly different. There you go. Because it's got all that torque now, it just drags us out. That last bit you think, oh, I'm free, and then those rear wheels are still dragging across, aren't they? Cool. So you see this slope up there with all the sleepers in?
Yeah.
We're going to head up there, and again we can keep it in M1 if you want.
Okay.
Alright, because it gives us that little bit more torque, and we'll just be able to drive up. So is there a particular line you think, oh, I want to take that one or that one, or are you quite happy to go straight up the middle?
I'm quite happy to go straight up the middle.
Okay, no dramas in. Yeah, I'll have to I'll see the guy I'm talking about, Simon. He's probably on my message. Say, your doppelganger. I was at work the other day. Honestly, I look around. Simon, honestly, it's uncanny. Okay, and again, because we're in M1, as we go down the descent, we're letting the car do the work for us. Okay. So at this point, do you want to go through the water again, or do you want to go down this road?
Do the water again.
Yeah, that's what I'd choose. That's what I choose every time, because where else do you get to drive through water? It's definitely the most fun.
I went back in D.
You can, yeah, absolutely, yeah, you can go back into there. So the points you need to, you know, as you come down over here, the 2 points, you know, that front right, isn't it? If we don't steer enough, and if we steer too much, it's that left rear. So there you get 2 points of worry or danger, I suppose, when you come down to rear. And especially if you couldn't see the sides like about a month ago. Cool, and then round to the left again. So we're going to tackle this time, but with no centre diff lock. Okay. So last time was perfect, wasn't it? You just had the right amount of gas on, that was absolutely spot on. So I'm sure we can do the same again without the trick bits. Because I don't think we even need it last time, but it's just that safety net if we do, and you know, I've had people with all three on before. Okay, alright, so into M1. Other side, I think. Because when you're going on like that,
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's around there.
Okay, so we've got an audience now as well, okay? We've got the guys behind. So no pressure.
Okay.
But we'll show them how it's done, alright? Because that was spot on last time. You picked a really good line where there's a load of grip. Keep it going, keep it going. Alright, so that time, so let's come off the gas, that's it. If you knock it into reverse, so we just need to get slightly across to the right more. So if you come down here, right hand down, or we could go to the left. So come back a little bit further. So right hand down now to get the front across, okay? That's it, a little bit further back. That's it, keep going, that's it, alright? So that time you can see our left wheel was just, you know, that really worn out bit. So the first time you got the smoothest line because it's not so worn out. Alright, so back into drive, back into M1. Okay, that's the one. Right, so just a little bit further to the right. Okay. And you better go at the same speed as you did the first time up, okay? So there's going to be a lot more grip at this point now, okay? So keep it going, keep it going. That's it. Get that wheel straight as well. Look at that. Cool, so it's just picking the right bit to go up, to be honest, isn't it, okay? Alright, nice one, good job. Okay, and we can just knock that into D2 again. If we go down through here quickly, okay? Because what we'll probably do, we've got a few minutes. We're going to go round to the right. Just make sure there's no one sneaking the other way. And then we're going to cut through there over to the left hand side, okay? So what we'll do, we'll go, you see the berm over there to the left? Because this will give us a bit of a, you know, a walk through to what we're going to do over there in a minute, okay? So we'll go over this berm here. So, yeah, it's like the gentle one, isn't it? Here, it's not too bad, okay? We're going to head down over there, okay? Because we've got another little. So past the Magpie, and then we're going to take the road on the right, okay?
And that one or...
So just past the Magpie, and then we're going to take the next road on the right. Because we've got this little sleeper run, but it's only one sleeper long, okay? But it's a little bit harder because you're on the corner to do it, okay? So from last time, if you can try and remember what lined up with the wheel, you should be able to get it along here, okay? And you see it's a little bit harder because it's on a bit of the corner.
So we need to replace it.
No, of course they don't. No, it's off-roading. No, don't do that. Perfect. Right, good job. Nice one. Cool. So you just swing around. We'll go over the elephant steps again. To the left over the crossover as well.
It does make some noises.
Oh yeah.
If you're in any other car, you do that and go, oh, that's expensive.
I mean, it probably is. But we'll we won't have to worry about that one today. This is quite good. Like again, when it's wet here, you don't get that grip sometimes. You end up rocking away here, and you have to work through the. That's it. Cool. And then we go round to the left, down through the bit that looks smooth but clearly isn't. Okay, so up to you. You can go over the Surrey Hills or straight down the normal road. What do you rather do? Let's definitely do that one. Let's definitely do that. If we wait here for a split second, because they might go round there. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's head over Surrey Hills now. We've got a bit of time. Yeah, there's subtle changes. You barely notice the difference between the one we're in and that one. Silly little changes. Only in the inside you really notice the difference, but you know.
Headlight change, isn't there?
Yes, slight headlight change, and there's the rear washer and wiper are hidden on that one, and they're a bit more exposed on this one. But yeah, you know, to the untrained eye, you know, I mean, looks done.
Got a friend who's got a 1970s one.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a tin shed on wheels.
Blimey.
They're really interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously custom that out, but
yeah.
Yes.
Because from the outside, it doesn't look any different, does it? It's, you know, they're pretty much the same. It's just the running gear and the comfort, and that's just.
Well, unless you get to go for one of the V12 AMG jobs, and then yeah, you can kind of tell the difference. But
yeah.
There you go.
So he's the guy. Good idea.
You're going to go, shall we?
So he's the guy. Cool. We can head that way now then. So, we will head back down towards the water crossing, okay? It's quite a nice evening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's not too shabby. You staying down here again tonight?
Yeah, we're not going back until Monday morning now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, make the whole weekend of it. Makes sense.
Get it done.
Is it out for a meal tonight or anything, is it? Or?
It's pizza tonight at home.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe then Chinese tomorrow night.
Yeah. Don't blame me. Just a little bit, that's it. Great stuff. There's that nice bow wave, isn't it? And that, if it's really deep, that's where you try and push along and just sit behind, isn't it? It's quite a skill actually, because you've got to get the time right and just go along with it. But up to the top, and if we stop around here, okay, cool. So you remember at the start of the drive, we had to put it into low range.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you remember what we done before we put it into low range? What did we do?
Put into neutral.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh.
There you go. And then if you tap low range now, okay, and then back into drive. Alright, so this is where the fun begins, trying to get out of it. Alright, so we might be able to go straight out, we might have to reverse 2 or 3 times, but let's see, isn't it? That's all the time. Right, okay, let's edge forward and let's play the game of cat and mouse. So if I suddenly wallop the brakes, it's because this thing starts to come back down or something. So that's fine. Because once you break the beam, it shouldn't come down. But you get there and it starts going down, you think, uh-oh. the end, you can see our ramp goes straight up. Okay, we're just going to go straight up that and just see if someone's coming down, the track. If they are, we can just sit to the left and let them come down. And again, at this point, we hope someone doesn't come around the corner and start driving down here. This is the agreement between us. We just one at a time down here. Otherwise, it gets a little bit unnerving if you've got two G-wagons going past each other. Please don't spray roofs. Yeah, it looks good to me. Cool. So, if I was to say to you, you know what this is, do you?
It's just, yeah, it's Brooklyn, isn't it?
Yeah. So many moons ago, you'd have had all the Grand Prix cars on, wouldn't you? Have you been to the museum before?
No, not yet.
No, because that's quite interesting. Here we've got bits and bobs in there, and then you can walk up part of the track, and it's unbelievably steep because you can see it up there, can't you? Just starting to bank up. And, that's really tame. As you go around the corner, it's really hard to walk up. Being concrete, it's not exactly the quickest stuff, is it?
Something like this these days.
Sorry?
It ends up looking like this.
I know. It's a shame, isn't it? But because we used to do the under-17s driving experience along here, but you can see it's a little bit bumpy, so the A classes didn't appreciate it. So because of what it is as well, we've moved it across there, so it's better for a few reasons. But right, so we're going to head up to the top, and I'm going to let you park like a professional. Okay, so we can either reverse over to the back corner, or we can drive it into the M-Bay, or chuck it next to 37. So whichever one you want to do. The choice is entirely.
Up first on Bay Parking.
Ah, so we are heading here. You've been told.
Getting the indication.
Perfect. Alright, great stuff, mate. Okay, so into park. That's it. Excellent. And all we've got to do, what we do now, is we wind the windows up. Just thumbs up to the guys over there. Cool, and then they can turn off, and then if we turn the car off, great stuff. Alright, so again, the choke hazard at the beginning to wait for. That's what I did before next drive now. Alright, how'd you find that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
Much, yeah.
No problem, mate. Really good, well done. Okay, nice steady driving the whole way through. Not once did I fear for my life. So that's good, yeah. Really good stuff, mate. Excellent. So it's off for pizza tonight, is it then?
Yeah, well, yeah, in the oven. But
Common technology, don't let me down. Right, okay, excellent. Well done.